Hola familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. As you guys can see from the title, today we're doing Pan Those Eyeshadows. I am so excited every time I do this update. Even if I have not hit pan, if I have hit pan, it's always fun for me to do this update for you guys. So today I have my 5 shades. I have been rocking the terracotta, brown, sultry, warm tone look basically this whole entire month. Today I gave myself a break from it, but it looks like it will be continuing next month for me, and I'm not upset about it because it is my favorite type of look to do in the summer since I do not wear a lot of eye makeup. So I have my 5 shadows here. I'm gonna update you guys, but first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a Dash Project Pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now let's get on with this update. So you are here for the update. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first shade. All right, so first shade that we have is the Urban Decay Flash. Now this is my single, and you guys, this reminded me why I did not want to get rid of one shade in this routine. I changed my rules last month, only tweaked one rule, and I had an option of tweaking 2 rules, but I kept the other one and decided to keep my 5 shades because I like to put my singles in, and this is the reason why. So with this one, this was gifted to me by Drea. She used it a little bit. It looked used, but it wasn't like tremendously abused. And now when you guys look at it, there's still a little bit of a dent. You could see it right there. It's really nice. I've only used this twice, you guys, and both times that I've used it, I used it with the green eye on top, and then I've used it with the terracotta shades that I have in this project pan, like the brown, orangey terracotta warm shades, and on the lower lash line. It looks so beautiful. This pairs so nice with warm tones and cool tones. It's interesting. I really like this one. Now obviously I didn't hit my goal of 15 uses. I went from 20 uses to 15 uses going forward. So I have 13 more uses to hit pan on this. I don't think I'm going to hit pan. This is a rather deep shade, and I think that this would consist of more than 30 uses to hit pan because I already know Urban Decay shadows and they're pretty deep and dense. So I wasn't expecting to hit pan, but I can see that I have a dip, and I don't know if that was already from Drea, but I have that dip, and I have this on my lower lash line today, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I feel like I'm like the 80s today with my makeup, and I really don't care. So anyway, we're gonna keep this one in. Up next is the Too Faced Salted Caramel or Caramel palette. You guys, I am so surprised at how good of a quality this palette is. This was gifted to me for my birthday this year, so I've only had this palette for about 2 months, and I've only now just used it. The shade that I rolled in here is called Ooey Gooey, which is your matte brow bone boring old shade, and I have been using it for a while now, and as you guys can see, it still looks brand new. It still absolutely looks brand new. Too Faced shadows, especially the mattes, are going to take forever. I don't expect to hit pan. I don't even expect it to look used because I'm using a brush that literally covers the whole entire pan, so you're not going to see a dip in here. I've only used this shadow 8 times. I should have used it 15 times, but I also had a matte brow bone shade in a different project pan that I wanted to hit pan on first before I continued to use this. So if you see, I've used this every day since, so I've only used this 8 days. So only 8 days ago I hit pan on that other shade. So I have 7 more uses left on this, and I will hit it. I have no problem with it, but I've been having so much fun with the rest of the palette. I mixed the purple shade today in with this one right here. I think it's called Toffee. Yeah, I think this one's called Toffee. It's beautiful, you guys. I am loving this palette. I really have been enjoying it. I think these shades are just so vibrant and so in your face, but that warm brownish orange that I love in the summer with a tan. It's beautiful. Really been loving this palette. So I've been using this one quite a bit, mixing and matching with other palettes. It's just been so much fun. So this is still in the running. I have 7 more times. I don't see myself having a problem hitting that goal. I don't think I will hit pan. This will consist of like 45 plus uses to hit pan on these. Up next is another tough one, you guys. This month I got really tough shadows. This one's the Makeup Forever Palette 9 Artist Pan, and this one, it doesn't have a specific name of what it is, but this was basically brand new, and I got the shade ME930. They all have numbers on the back. That's what Makeup Forever uses. So it's ME for metallic, I believe, 930. So this was brand new when I rolled it in. I didn't have much use on it. I didn't touch this palette at all. And now when you guys see this shadow, you can see that it has been disturbed. This is going to take forever. There is no powder kick up with this sucker. Holy crap. Unless I'm digging into this shadow, there's no powder kick up in here, but it does look used compared to the rest of the shadows. Out of all the shades, I got that one. This green one looks so cool, but I haven't really played with the rest of the palette because they're all metallics and I don't necessarily want to have them all metallics. Now this formula is like a gelée kind of formula, so I can get away with wearing these on the crease and it won't look super metallic-y on my eyes, but they're very deep. I only have like these 4 super light shades and then very, very deep shades. So this is a very hard palette to use on its own. You would need something else or just pull out 2 shades out of this palette for a whole entire look. And I'm not into that right now. So this one, how I've been using this one is as an eyeliner. So I've been shuffling it right. I have it on today and you probably can't see it because what it's doing is darkening my lash line, which is what I wanted to do. This is a very, very deep plum. It doesn't look black on my eyes, but it does look very pretty when I wear like these green eyes. It looks beautiful with any of the shades in this palette. It just goes so nice with all of my looks. So I've only reached for this 6 times. I didn't get a chance to reach for earlier in the month because there was a lot of days I wasn't using makeup. So once I remembered to start incorporating this into my looks, I started using it. So far I've only used this one 6 times, which means I have to use this 9 more times to roll this out. I don't think I'm going to hit pan on this one, you guys. Again, this is the 3rd shadow where it's difficult. It's just difficult. Makeup Forever, Too Faced, Urban Decay, they're very deep and dense type of shadows. There's a lot of them out there that are like this. And unless I'm going to sit here and dedicate about 30 plus days to using these, I'm not going to hit pan. I just want to have these looking a little bit more used, and since this one was brand new, I needed to get use out of it. And I'm having fun with it. It's not been a burden. It's really nice to chisel it out on my upper lash line, and it actually makes my lashes look a little bit fuller, even though today they're a little bit droopy because of the rain. I told you guys this month the theme has been super difficult shadows to pan on. This one has been the 2nd round that it's been. This is the Juvia's Place Bronze Rustic. And of course, every time I get a Juvia's Place palette, I do not get a metallic. I end up with a matte. Mattes are very difficult to hit pan on, especially with these. So I rolled in shade number 4 2 months ago, and I still had a little bit of use left for it. Here's what it's looking like now, you guys. It looks used, but nowhere near. It doesn't even look like a dip. How I've been using this is an outer V. So because I've been using this on my outer V, I'm using more of a fluffier open brush in here. So it didn't concentrate on a specific spot in here. I just swirled it all the way around. I used this 15 times. Again, if I were to keep this for 30 plus days, I may have seen more of a disturbance in the shadow or even a dip in here. This one's very difficult to pan on. It's very pigmented. It's ridiculously pigmented. So I did not need a lot and I'm not about to dig. So this is what it's looking like. I did use this 15 times, you guys. This month is very, very hard for me to hit pan. These were very, very difficult shadows to hit pan on. The formulas are good for long term, but not so much for this project pan. The last one that I had is the Smashbox Ablaze eyeshadow. I rolled this in last month, and you guys, I've been having so much fun with this. This was brand new. The shade that I rolled in was called Moccasin. I said it so wrong in the intro of this shadow. After I edited, I realized it was Moccasin. All these shades are more of like Dark Horse, Throwback, Torch, Nirvana, Siesta, Moccasin. So the shade I rolled in was Moccasin, completely brand new. I had this palette in last year in this project pan, but I only concentrated on the shadow that I needed to, and I didn't touch the rest of this. Now you could see I have used it. So as you guys can see, I do have a really good dip in here. I think that if I would have used this for at least 25 times to 30, I would have hit pan on it. And you guys, let me tell you, such a good formula. I know as much as people like indie brands and we tend to go for them, even myself, but sometimes Smashbox gets really knocked over and they have such good quality shadows. I've said it for years and this just reminded me how good they are. This shadow, I loved it all over my lid. It really stood out on its own. It wasn't this soft boring shadow is really, really nice. And then I had so much fun playing around with the rest of the palette. I fell in love with this shade right over here. It's such a beautiful rose gold. This one, I mainly use it on my lower lash line or all over the lid. As you guys can see that it's more of a wider brush stroke that I was using either as a pencil liner or all over the lid. I used it 15 times. I did not hit pan, but if I would have went a little bit further with it, maybe another 10 to 15 more days, I would have hit pan on that one. But this is beautiful, and the quality of this palette, it's really good. Pigmented, you do get powder cake up, but it's so good. I really, really liked it a lot. So with that said, we are rolling out 2 shadows this month. These are the only 2 I reached my goal on. These are the only 2 that I was anywhere near close pan but did not hit pan. I'm kind of bummed out I didn't hit pan again in this round, but like I mentioned, I had really, really difficult formulas, and I still have very difficult formulas left. So I'm going to roll these 2 out, which means I get to roll in 2 new palettes. So let me bring everything up so then we can go ahead and pick them. All right, so here we go, you guys. Palette number 1. Profusion Emeralds. Ooh, that'll be a nice green one for the fall. And then Viseart Neutral Matte. I think that's my very first Viseart palette that I've ever got. Oh my God, you guys. So now I only got a shot to hit pan on 1 palette, because I think the Profusion one would be my easy one to hit pan on. Oh my God, I'm getting really hard formulas. Okay, let me pull those 2 palettes out, and then we're going to randomize which shades we are going to hit pan on or use for this round. Okay, you guys, so here is the Profusion Emeralds palette. There is 10 shades, if I am correct. Yes, 10 shades. So I'm going to put 10 shades in my Pretty Random. 1 through 10. And let's see, number 10. Which is this shade right over here called Galaxy. This looks like it is a blackened. Oh, wow. That's actually really, really pretty. It's dark, but I can see myself working with this one. Look how pretty that is. All right, Profusion. Bringing it in with something fun. This will be fun. With the terracotta colors, I think that'll be fun. And I have never used this palette, so I get to at least play around with this palette and see what it's all about. So this is the first palette. Look at that. I gotta go wipe this off. All right, and the next one that we have is this Viseart Neutral Matte. This is my very first Viseart palette, and you guys can see that it is my most used palette too. So I already can tell that this is not gonna hit pan because it is a lot of product and they're deep. They're very pigmented too. Let's see, we have 12 shades, right? The matte, I will not count. If it comes up, I'll re-roll. Number 8, which is this shade right over here. So we have the 4 and then 8 right here. So we are going to be rolling in this one right here. Well, that'll be an easy transition shade to be using. And it's a lot cooler toned. So, okay. 15 times. Because I don't think I'm going to hit pan on that one. I think my Profusion's the only one that I'm going to like really, really hit pan on. So let me swatch the rest so you guys can see everything together. All right, you guys. So this is our new color story. This is very cool toned and winter-esque. Nowhere near fall. Nowhere near fall. So let's talk about these really quick before I let you guys go. These three down here are going to be my focus shadows because these already been in here one round and I want to use them up. I have a feeling that for sure all three of these are going to get rolled out. Neither one of these three are going to get pan either because it's going to be hard. This shadow, I have a feeling I'm also going to be using a ton. I may hit the goal for this one. The only one that might give me trouble is this one. I just got to incorporate it here and there, figure it out. But I feel like these four are going to be the ones I'm going to concentrate on the most. All right. I guess we're leaving the terracotta train at this point, which is fine. You know, I'm trying not to let go of summer yet, but you know, the rain is screwing it up for me. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Everything you need to know will be down in the description box. I'll put more videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.